Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Metaphor Fantazio. Last time, we journeyed to the Spire of Blind Faith, and we took down another one of the dragons for the, trial of the dragons. And we also helped Basilio confront Vinca and put him out of his misery, finally completing all of our follower ranks, which is a pretty big milestone for us, I think you'll agree. Today, we are going to be... Can you guys shut up for 2 seconds? I'm trying to do an intro here. Sorry, this is not very princely of me. I kind of broke character for a second. Today, we are going to be going to a third tower and completing the, trial of the dragon, hopefully today. Now, something I want to do real fast as part of, I guess kind of how I've always been handling our intro segments. I want to buy some items in order to make more of the cursed love ballads, as those are some really, really good MP recovery items. So we need to buy ourselves some briny salt, and we need to go over to the, where are you? Comfort concoctions, and grab ourselves some more of the bugs, wherever you may be. There you are. Give me some more Dream Eater moths, please. Thank you. And we'll also need some rock beans, the most expensive part of this whole prospect. Thank you kindly. Okay, so because we're going to be going to another tower, I kind of missed grabbing the information for the Spire of Blind Faith, so let's go over to Altabury Heights and not make the same mistake this time. Alright, here in the Altabury Skyward Tavern, we have the, Tower of Insolence trial is probably what we want, because nothing else seems to fit the bill. I hear something truly formidable has appeared in the Tower of Insolence. It's been going among those of us in the information business. The rumors are all based in legend, so naturally I'm somewhat skeptical.
Hey.
Would you mind telling us what you know? I pride myself on my information being factual, so know that what I'm about to say to you is merely speculation on the legend. A very long time ago, there was a man who returned from the tower. I can't speak to the veracity of this man's statement, but he claimed a foul miasma-ridden body none can pierce, and a glare that will curse you, your children, and your children's children. He left this mysterious message and then vanished. Just what did he see in there, I wonder? Logically, perhaps it refers to a monster immune to all attacks that curses its enemies. And yet, I merely offer my interpretation on an ancient legend. I feel like I'm disgracing my reputation just by telling you the tale. Still, I have to admit, I'm curious about what's actually in the tower. Do tell me if you find out. Just don't do anything that'll get you killed. Otherwise, I can't get my information.
What more can I do?
Wonderful. Something that is apparently impervious to all attacks and will curse us. Yay. Wonderful. I would suggest bringing in some coney stews if you so wish. Other than that, I would prioritize maybe looking at other ways of doing damage that wouldn't be overly traditional. What is this? Oh, that's Rudolph's runner. That's kind of neat. Looks like Rudolph's runners came back here without causing any trouble. Should be nice if he had a change of heart after that epic beatdown we gave him. Wrong franchise, Gallica. Wrong franchise. Anyways, let's head over to the Gauntlet Runner. Of course, as it is Idol's Day, we definitely should use the toilet, though I think my luck stat is probably okay by now. I don't think I really need a lot of extra luck. I mean, what is it at right now? This is kind of a side note, I guess. 65! Also, 92 magic is pretty good. Yeah, 65 luck. I'll take it, I'll take it. It's all that extra pooping.
Everyone is here.
Anyways, on a more serious note, let us go and disembark for the Tower of Insolence. Are we finally up on the last tower? I sure hope so. Question is, will another dragon grace us with its presence? What kind of dragon would it be? We better make sure we're amply prepared.
It's your call.
We should get there by midday, and of course, we'll be able to get back by night.
Great.
Okay, here we go. Don't forget, stay alert till we get there. Sounds good, boss. Let's go. We're gonna be cooking more cursed love ballads. There we go. Now we have 99 of these guys, ideally. There we go. Now we have 44. That should make an easy 99. That is 9,900 MP recovery items. Why I'm making all these, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you right now that we will have a few extra days of free time, and if you are interested in farming any kind of mag before the final dungeon, it is an excellent use of your time. Otherwise, if you just need the extra MP when going up against long-running boss fights, it's pretty useful. Though I'll definitely be using it for the former. Let's hang out with Basilio. He still has some dialogue for us, I believe. Also get our HP up. Why not? No pain, no gain.
Yeah?
When anybody works out, they get sore afterward, you know? But combined with eating right and resting well, muscles really take to it.
Yeah.
Pain is just your muscles saying, "Hey, I'm growing strong." Not so bad when you think about it. Think of it like that, yeah? I think I know what you mean. I knew you'd get it. Let's keep pushing our limits together. Basilio and I are brimming with motivation. I feel like my courage and maximum urge are increasing. Give me that HP increase and the extra mag. Ah, precious mag. There we go, +6. Whew, feeling the burn. Hearing my muscles screaming. Nothing better. This ain't the end of things, yeah? Come on, let's keep at it. Oh gosh, here we go. Well, at least we won't feel that until the morning, thankfully.
Infringing upon the heavens, the Tower of Insolence appears before their eyes. Is the decision to pursue such a beast one of bravery or something else altogether? The Gauntlet Runner, disturbing countless years of unbroken silence, lands confidently in front of the tower.
Hey. No, I've been thinking. Since we've got a runner that can fly and all, why don't we just ride the thing to the top of this blasted place?
You got it.
Come now, love. Remember that there's a dragon waiting up there. Wouldn't want it destroying the runner and stranding us in this godforsaken tower, Besides, I doubt that strange fairy that seems to reside within these towers would appreciate such half measures. It'd be unwise to risk forfeiting our reward now.
Wow.
A wise conclusion indeed. Speak of the devil. Welcome, ye aspirants, O courageous hatchlings, who are ever so close to cracking the shell of thy potential. This is the Tower of Insolence, and the final trial of the dragon. Long have I awaited this day, since the crown was first born, in truth.
Now then.
So let's get this show on the road, shall we? Final trial is thus. You make it to the top, then get to the gateway to the Forbidden Power will open today, and then it's yours to claim.
Do not make
If thou doth truly possess the soul of a hero, conquer thy shortcomings and ascend this lofty tower. You know the drill by now.
No then.
Finally.
Hey.
Are we ready, Will? Of course.
Yep.
Understood. I'm counting on you.
All right.
Caution is warranted, yes, but 'tis not our first time engaging with a dragon. Regain your confidence and ground yourself within it. And let's not forget these rewards. Fat chance I wouldn't remember that.
What?
The dragon waiting for us at the apex of the tower will undoubtedly be a real big and real powerful. If we're going, let's be sure we're ready, Will. I'll be perfectly honest, this dragon is definitely the hardest to deal with out of the three. But with Katharina here, we'll be just fine. This place is like my back garden, you know? Don't be afraid to rely on me, Kay? Wha-bam! Don't worry, you're actually going to be very valuable for this one. I do think this is actually the most difficult dragon to defeat if you aren't going to just beat the crap out of it in one turn cycle, which is definitely possible. But let's go ahead and talk team composition, shall we? Because I think I'm going to do some things a little different this time. Alright, so in terms of team composition, the major change I'm going to be bringing is Hulkenberg instead of Heismace to sort of guarantee that any single target attacks will always go to Hulkenberg and she'll just be able to survive. Because the enemy that we're going to be going up against can hit pretty hard, and so if Heisme doesn't end up dodging any potential attacks, he could end up going down and that could be a problem. So bringing in the tank should just work just fine. Other than that, I'm not going to worry too much about bringing in synthesis attacks. Other than utilizing Juna's Masquerade Charge, I'm going to be having Basilio and Will kind of act on their own with the idea that ailments are going to be a bit of an issue. So we're going to be bringing in the Tycoon on Basilio and keeping Will on the Prince. However, if this somehow doesn't work, which I doubt it won't, we can double up on Tycoon.
Okay then.
Let's go.
Let's go.
As always, I want to reiterate, this dungeon does have new enemies mixed in with its old. If you want to farm stuff here, I guess you can, but as I said last time we were in the Tower of Insolence, this isn't a great place to be farming resources. The new enemies that are here are decent, but it's not my favorite place. So, if you want to farm resources here, be my guest. I genuinely do think that if you want to farm mag specifically, especially before the final dungeon, it's best just to wait until you've gotten all of this stuff done, and then just going to a low-level dungeon to just farm mag on those grunts. Like maybe the guys in Belega Corridor or something. I feel like that would probably be a better use of your time. But who knows? Anyways, I will see you at the top of the tower. Alrighty, we're all saved up. The journey wasn't too bad. Look at all the paint strokes in the sky. Again, not great that the entire sky is kind of like dried blood red, but it does have its own beauty to it, I guess. I feel like that's probably a bad thing to say. I mean, it is Luis after all, but ugh. Pretty sure whatever's ahead is no joke. You still want to push forward? Yeah, let's do it. That is a very purple dragon.
No way.
Hang on, something's off about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear as day. There's poison running through that thing's whole body. Astounding. It siphons the toxins from the very ground itself. It seems we must face a venomous dragon then. Listen, I'm not trying to give you all a hard time, but since time immemorial, the three dragons have devoted the whole of their being to rejuvenating the land. Each has played a unique role in the renewal. For countless lifetimes, the Guardians have withstood many an onslaught, brutal ravagings of civilizations, all-consuming heat, and pestilence born of poisons. All so they may fulfill the last of their duties on this day, to stand before you as the embodiment of this trial.
Hey!
This all got a point? Ah, forget it. We're just gonna take down this one just like we did the others, yeah? That's what you want us to do too, right, little lady?
I expected worse.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Wish it could be that simple. And yet thou must pay attention to thy foundations. Those who call forth power without reason will never become heroes. Not that I've got to remind you guys. Lo, the conclusion draws near.
Make an attempt.
Sally forth and let the trial of the dragon stand bested.
Take care of it, please.
Looks like this is the last dance. Let's get started, Will. I'm counting on you, and all of you guys. That's my line, my friend.
Get ready.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Heading out.
Here we go. Hey, Katharina! Yeah, 5,000 damage.
I've never seen Magma this sinister. I want to run.
Too bad. This is the Devourer of Stars, a badass name for a pretty badass dragon. This was the boss in my first playthrough that gave me the most problems out of the three dragons. In terms of just overall, it's okay. This guy, you know what? Let's go ahead and just prepare ourselves a little bit. We're gonna do a Masquerade charge to just get a quick slap, kind of like a bitch slap against him with Basilio here. I want to go ahead and mention, if we look at his ID, if we look at this stuff, we can see that Strike is Repel. I will tell you right now, every single affinity that this boss has, Slash, Pierce, Strike, Fire, Ice, Electric, Wind, Light, Dark, he repels it all. You must either use almighty damage or things that can trigger attack without needing to account for resistances. Things like Soul Hacker or Royal Berserker's attack power are going to be pretty decent here, or in my case, utilize the Tycoon and do Gold Rush, dealing some pretty decent damage. 3,800 in the back row isn't too bad. I could use it in the front row, but that's okay. What we're gonna do is utilize Heroes Proving here in order to get our stats up. And with Hogenberg, we're gonna do Holy Knight's Proclamation. I could do Omni Guard. I also could just do Ultimate Guard, but we're gonna do Holy Knight's Proclamation. And then with Juna,
This'll be over soon.
we are going to use a Evil Eye Talisman to ensure that this boss is debilitated. Hopefully it'll waste its turn trying to buff itself. I also have Will getting his buffs, so maybe he wastes a turn doing that. Miasma Whirl. Drops everyone's HP to a maximum of 300. We'll do all reset if there are any buffs on the field for the allies. And then do Great Dragon's Wrath to increase its attack power, just like the other ones, to its maximum stage. The boss's main gimmick is that you have to survive all of its onslaught with only 300 HP to account for. That is its main focus. It will also use a crap ton of ailments like poison, hex, and I believe even like malady, and it'll just throw you off course, which is why I've brought an attack users who can focus without needing to use synthesis skills. So with Will here, let's use Royal Sword. Again, I just said I don't need synthesis skills, gonna use it anyways. 2,000 damage isn't very good. From here, I think Ultimate Guard is actually not a bad idea. So let's use that. And then with Juna, we are going to use Masquerade Charge. Hopefully, we can just block multiple hits and we don't have to worry about this, but we'll see what happens. Toxin Breath. We just block it, no problem. What's he gonna do next? Purple Toxic Claw on Juna. Yeah, look at that. 184 damage in the back row, 223 in the front row. And also applies poison. This guy is a monster to deal with. Thankfully, I'm just trying to face tank this and just kind of overwhelm this guy, but it can be a problem. We have to use Royal Sword with Hulkenberg since she's the only one not with ailments, so let's just go ahead and swing at him. And it took him down. If you are on hard mode and you don't want to use any of these crazy moves, stick everyone in the back row and play uber safe. Keep yourself healthy and you'll be pretty okay. I won't guarantee your immediate safety, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Nice.
I shall strip.
I'm better and stronger.
Yeah, by my count, that's 3 dragons down, so that should be the last of them.
Incredible.
At long last, the trial of the dragon stands conquered. Thou hast truly demonstrated the qualities of a hero, a splendid accomplishment. I shall confer upon thee proof of thine achievement. Thanks for the Cardinal Dragon Armor.
You may accept my
Born from the corpus of the beast subdued, I bestow upon thee the dragon's raiment. May it serve thee well, like the others.
All right.
We actually did it! We finally conquered all 3 towers.
Ahem.
Remember what you asked me earlier? If the forbidden power was really just a bunch of armor? Well, now you get your answer. Not only are you going to look badass in that outfit, but let's just say that now you can touch the forbidden.
Hark.
If you be not only powerful, but heroes verily, then that which is forbidden shall be passed down to you.
What the?
Did you feel that just now? Was that magic? No, rather it was the feeling of magic disappearing. It was not so different from when the protection of the royal magic fell away. Indeed. The 3 towers serve a dual purpose. Beyond mere testing grounds, the pillars serve to uphold a barrier. With the 3 dragons felled and their magla loosed, the ancient barriers likewise released. Wait, so you mean to tell us that these 3 towers we climbed were all part of one big seal? Journey to the center of the land bound by the 3 pillars, and claim the spoils of thy conquest. So the forbidden power slumbers there. There were 3 towers. One in a forest north of Altabury, one on an island at the end of the inland sea, and one in the western forest.
So?
Center of those 3 points would be...
If so,
maybe it's the Dragon Temple?
yes.
It would seem the place that does indeed sit at the center of all 3 towers. Dragon Temple contains the ruins of a city from the ancient world. Even I am unfamiliar with all of its mysteries. I await the time when I may speak with words unveiled, at the site of the final trial. With that, 3 dragons down.
Make sure we
I should return to the Dragon Temple. According to Agrica, the seal should have broken by conquering the 3 towers. I did say we would be returning to the Dragon Temple at some point. Here we go.
Oh, the anticipation.
Now, you gotta, I mean, you I mean, gotta promise me you'll show up for this one, okay? If she wants us there so badly, you think she'd just tell us where to go? I think she must have been lonely, having to wait by herself for so long. Doesn't seem like she talked to anyone else for a pretty long time. Fairies are timeless beings. She might not have been joking about having lived since the kingdom began.
But
The kingdom of Euchronia is currently at its 785th year. She's a living witness to such a time. Why not hard to believe? We've already come this far. Might as well go and meet her. Besides, we still haven't found the forbidden power yet. Yeah, we didn't trounce 3 dragons to call it quits here. We've got to see it to the end.
wonderful.
You have done well to make it this far. The time is near at hand when you shall have overcome this trial and prove yourselves as heroes.
Thou must not
Now,
fear.
go forth and fear not, O fate-saddled child. Oh, the voice is gone.
I want to say,
Please, let us make haste to the island. My thoughts turn to Etria and what might have happened there following the release of the barrier.
all good.
Absolutely. All right then, let's head for the exit. Yep, let's head straight for Etria as soon as we can. Back to the tavern we go.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 6 days remain.
The day of the hero's nearly here. Can't help but be anxious when I think about it.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. We're all in this together.
Beg pardon?
Even you, random citizen by Juna. We're all in this together. Alright, well, I don't think there's any point dawdling.
The only one left.
Let's go over to Etria and see if there's anything that has changed. I guess it'd be best to go talk to a Denny, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I don't know why the game's starting to rub off on me, I guess. Hey, Denny.
Hey,
You again. Is there something I can do for you?
we haven't much time.
The sky is an ill omen. We're in the midst of disasters many. I can feel it through my staff. Please tell me, what is happening in the country right now? And how is Yufa? Well, regarding Yufa, we held hands for quite a long time. It seemed quite intimate. Is that right? So you and Yufa exchanged another handshake. And this time... yes, I see. Well, what do you see? The response tells me Yufa has yet to explain to you the other meaning of a handshake can have. I can infer it. I'm sorry, but it would be boorish of me to tell you the meaning myself.
I see.
You know, it may actually be for your benefit that she hasn't told you the other meaning. In the worst case scenario, I don't even want to imagine it, but it's possible something could happen to her in the battle to come. At that time, if you knew the meaning of her handshake, it would likely add to the suffering you'd already be experiencing. Well, that's just great. So she may be waiting to tell you, waiting for all this fighting to be over. I'm just over speculating. In any case, I can tell you that it's not an unpleasant meaning, this handshake. And personally, I was very happy to hear the two of you shared it. Thanks. Well, I guess Etria doesn't seem to be any real problems with the barrier breaking and all. However, you see that Magla buildup? We should probably go and take that from the King's Rock, since I need all the mag I can possibly get. And then we will head straight to the Dragon Temple.
Well, now, what are we on about?
I want to talk to the King's Rock. How much did we get? 20,000 or so. Not bad. All right. Look at that. We stand on equal footing with Luis, which is pretty good. All right, off to the Dragon Temple we go.
Let's head there.
We need to head to the Gauntlet Runner and depart. Okay, here we are, the Dragon Temple.
So,
The seal's been broken. What on earth awaits us there? I can't say I'm not afraid, but together we will find a way through.
oh,
Seriously, we need to be perfectly prepared for this. Really take the time to think it
it's
through.
your call.
We should be able to get there by this afternoon, right, Neris? But of course! It's your preparations you want to concern yourself with. Let's
Bring
go!
the fight.
Let's keep our wits about us. Now, we've actually never seen the red sky while on the water. It definitely doesn't make the ocean look much better, I'll be perfectly honest. This is probably the gloomiest sight we've seen. But because we're on the water, I would highly suggest going and doing some fishing. This is Heiseme's fishing gear. I wonder if he's gonna do some fishing. Yes, let's go ahead and fish. See if we can't get any more Lord of the Lakes and Queen Honey jars. Just use our tail baits. We have 2 of these, and that'll be plenty for what we need in order to make the Sublime Spoonful. Hopefully. I'm more tired than I realized. How do I shake this? Give in to the nap time, man. Suppose I'll try that then.
The fight is on.
What? A bite! And it's a strong one, but I'm stronger! Oh, look at that! Well, I never. We've outdone ourselves, lad. Lord of the Lake and 2 Queen's honey jars.
Here we go.
Tension and strategy lurk beneath the surface of calm. That's what makes fishing such a beloved pastime.
Then
Well, as much as I hate to say it, it's about time we call it a day.
Altar of the dragon god Et. The Dragon Temple is an enigmatic place, harboring traces of a history we can never fully know. Though the terrifying roars of the dragon possessed by a human have quieted, pestilent magma emanating from deep within the temple remains. The gauntlet runner slides once more against the lonely island's shores.
This feeling, I sense something.
Actually,
My brother,
hey,
Yufa, and your cohort is with you, I see. We came here for a bit of our own business, but you've got a look about you that says something has just happened. I feel it too. There's something going on at the temple.
yes.
Yes, a strong presence of Magla is coming from the Dragon Temple, stronger than any I've sensed before. Even the presence of the dragon god Et would pale in comparison. The people are growing anxious. There have been talks about whether or not to send soldiers into the temple.
That's
We may have something to do with that. Seems an explanation is in order.
I see.
Trial of the Dragon. So a seal has been broken and something was unleashed within the temple. So said our fairy guide. Any clues on that? Fairy.
If that's the case.
Per our legends, in the distant past, our ancestor was guided by a fairy to receive the lance from the dragon god. But I haven't seen a fairy on the island in a great many years. All this time, I'd assumed it was a metaphor.
you don't say.
That fairy? Could it be? Whatever the case, this newly arrived presence hardly seems friendly.
Certainly so.
We were told this would be the final trial, after all. A dragon, or perhaps something even more fearsome, surely awaits us.
Right then.
Let him come! We went to the trouble of breaking that seal. Be a shame if we didn't see what was behind it, eh?
Right.
Gotta see our duty fulfilled, right? Damn right! That's the spirit!
Actually,
Brother, might you leave resolving this incident to us?
Thanks.
Understood. You're our island's savior, so it is neither within the reason nor my authority to stop you. It's only been a short while, but you've become so much more reliable, sister.
Is that all right?
Will, if the trial were to ask you what would you be required to guide a hero, what would you respond? Realistically, you are fighting Luis for the throne. Thus, allow me to pose a question. What qualities are desired in a king? I believe it's the will to see the future realized, no matter the challenges.
I see.
See, and yet people are forgetful creatures. Should something take too long to achieve, many would dismiss it as fantasy. A ruler must have the strength to hold fast to a faraway future despite the present. Simple as it sounds, it is wholly necessary.
Be careful.
With that, I shall return to the island, my worries assuaged. I shall pray for your success in the trial.
I'm quite grateful.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
We've got to make sure we're ready, Will. Let's take extra care with our preparations this time. She's not lying. This is going to be a trial, for sure. Welcome back to the Dragon Temple. My favorite dungeon in the whole game, we get to visit it twice, and that's because it's just so damn good. As it was with our previous visit, the entire dungeon is entirely intact, and you could go ahead and farm all of your resources here if you so wish. Honestly, I would recommend it if you need to. At last, one cometh hence who has thrice vanquished dragons. A solemn voice tolls out. Welcome, ye conquerors of the trial of the dragon. Thy company must descend into the depths of the ancient city, to the foot of the altar protected by the dragon of the lance. If thou showest a truly heroic soul, then the forbidden power enshrouded here shall be thine.
Well,
I suppose this means we have reached the point of the tower's convergence. The altar protected by the dragon of the lands. They must mean the altar of the dragon god Et. Then we might as well check it out.
Why?
No, don't!
Huh?
Wait, wasn't that our little fairy friend? hell you mean, don't? You're the one who called us here in the first place.
That can't be.
I feel a surge in the magla. What's happening?
No!
You've got to get out of here, please. Yes, it was by your efforts that the seal is lifted, but the power that was slumbering here has changed. It's nothing short of a calamity now. I cannot escape this place. If it tries, I'll put a stop to it, even if it costs me my life. You've come so far and proven that you're the makings of heroes. You have to survive. The voice has fallen silent.
Wait.
So, I would say that qualifies as something terrible and unexpected, wouldn't you? She said she'd stop it, even if it costs her her life. She's planning to sacrifice herself?
Damn it.
She can't just gut punch us like that and leave us moping around. I ain't turning tail on this. Forget it!
Doesn't it seem like...
What began as a trial of strength for us has ended up a rescue for another. Well, we've come this far. I'll not turn away without finding what's awaiting for us on the other end. Agreed. After all we've achieved, we should not be nigh immune to fear. We came here prepared for a trial, did we not?
Even so.
Yet take heed. I'm not saying we should underestimate the oncoming challenge. Be on your guard, Will. Sounds good. Just great. Just great. As a reminder, again, the whole dungeon's intact. If you want to farm resources, this is a good place to do it. But I would suggest we hold off on that until we handle whatever big problem is here for us.
So apparently...
I have no idea what might be happening in the temple. We have no choice but to go and see for ourselves.
What do you think?
Want to attempt the final trial? Let's go.
Then...
Want to travel to a Magla Hollow? Yes, let's!
Where to?
This is why I highly recommended you get the Divine Altar Path safe area, because holy crap, having to walk through a Bounty of Relics, or God forbid you also just didn't get the this one either, so you have to walk all the way through the Dragon Temple. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. That's why I highly suggested getting this Divine Altar Path. Yet, despite that, I'm going to be going to the Bounty of Relics, because I want to finally talk about something regarding the Dragon Temple that I've been holding off on for a long, long time.
Okay.
Before I talk about what I want to talk about, I want to go ahead and give a major spoiler warning to another Atlas franchise named Etrian Odyssey. I'm going to give you a few seconds. If you want to click away now, I'll have a timestamp for us going into our trial. Okay, so last time I was here in Dragon Grace Shinjuku, I mentioned that this area had a lot of secrets that I wasn't going to talk about in detail until much later. Well, here we are now. For those who are avid Atlas fans, you may have recognized that this area's aesthetic and music, and perhaps even the map design might have caught your eye, is a massive love letter to the final dungeon of Etrian Odyssey, which also goes under the same name, the Lost Capital Shinjuku. Now, the way that this works is that it's essentially just a big love letter, down to the area names, like a Bounty of Relics, or even Steel Rendezvous, or Ghost Town of Dreams, or the Moment of Epiphany. These are all locations in the Lost City, the Lost Capital of Shinjuku in Etrian Odyssey. They also even have the roaming enemies, just like Etrian Odyssey. You see where the ear humans were roaming around? Those are the exact same spots as the FOEs in Etrian Odyssey, which were essentially enemies that would move around as you would traverse the dungeon. So once again, another major reference. And let's not even begin to talk about the soundtrack. I'll go ahead and play a little bit of I'll go ahead and play a little bit of the Lost City of Shinjuku's track and let you compare them. So, I won't go into much detail about how Shinjuku plays into Etrian Odyssey's story because I don't want to spoil all about that game. I think it'd be best for you to go and play it yourself because it is a pretty fun adventure. But I will mention that there are people who believe that Metaphor Fantazio and Etrian Odyssey stories are connected together, and I personally do not believe that. However, if I were to give my opinion, I could see Metaphor Fantazio kind of being a what-if scenario for that franchise, where certain events, those who have played the franchise might know what I'm talking about, where certain events might have played out in a different order that could have caused Metaphor's storyline to happen instead of Etrian Odyssey's. There is a lot of overlapping elements between these two games, and I would highly suggest that if you are interested in Metaphor's lore and story, to give Etrian Odyssey a try. I think it's really fun, and while it might be a little difficult to get a hold of nowadays, I think it is well worth it. Or if you're just really big on Persona and you're trying out Metaphor and you want to give Etrian Odyssey a try, but you're not quite sure you might like it, there's also the Persona Q games, which have a similar gameplay style. Either way, I wanted to hold off on talking about this because there were so many extra things going on while we were traveling through Dragon Grace Shinjuku beforehand that I felt like talking about another game entirely just wasn't the best. Okay, now that we're here in the altar, let's go ahead and talk strategy. Because we are going to be going up against probably our strongest foe yet. Now, thankfully, we have a lot of crazy skills up our sleeves, and we can definitely trivialize this encounter. However, I still want to go ahead and discuss a few things. When it comes to equipment for your party, I need you to remember to outfit everyone in a specific way, as there are some specific rules regarding this upcoming fight where, very similar to some of the dragons that we have fought, you cannot wear certain pieces of equipment. You cannot have anything equipped that can repel any kind of attack. Otherwise, this boss that we're coming up to will just outright, with almighty attacks, wipe your party in one action. It is straight up will do that. It's a classic Atlas super boss way of just gear checking you. I personally hate it whenever video games do this for their bosses, but I understand and kind of just have to play ball anyways. So for Will here, we are going to be equipping the Heavenly Breeze, as it is his strongest weapon, the Cardinal Dragon Raiment. These outfits are allowed, as they only nullify the element. Repelling is not allowed. Divine Light Gloves to prevent physical status ailments, and the Utilitarian's Manual. This puts Will at 97 magic. So good. Stroll is going to be rocking the beloved Great Sword, Golden Armor, Valkyrie's Gauntlets, and Utilitarian's Manual in case we need to swap over to him and apply some good old Peerless Stone Cleaver. Hulkenberg is going to be our wall. She's essentially just making sure she can't be hit with status ailments, and she's going to be almost entirely unkillable. Heisme is going to be our dodge tank. He's at 94 agility. I don't know if he's not going to ever dodge an attack ever again now. He's pretty good. Juna is going to be our main buffer, and she's going to be keeping the Utilitarian's Manual on her. She'll have Sanctorian Gloves, Great Sage's Thob, and Fire Goddess's Fan if she needs to do some damage. I don't think she will, though, but that's there for her if we need it. Yufa has the Inquisitor's Crosier, Undying Mantle to give her resistance to dark, Yggdrasil's Crown, which will prevent mental status ailments, and the Rainbow Scale to just kind of give her more all-rounded boosts in terms of stats. And then, of course, Basilio's on the Royal Berserker, with Edge of Calamity, the Cardinal Dragon Armor, the Wolf Greaves, and the Knight's Bracelet. Now, in terms of the remaining chess piece that we have, which I believe is the Cardinal Dragon Robe, I could give that to Juna, but I like the extra MP boosts. And the Undying Mantle is good for Yufa, but I like... yeah, I think I'll go with the Cardinal Dragon Robe instead. It still gives her the same amount of stats, but at least she becomes immune to fire. So yeah, that's probably just a better option. Now, in terms of who I'm bringing into this encounter at the start, I think it would be best if I bring in Juna. I'm going to bring in Yufa, and I'm going to bring in Heisme. If I need to swap the party around, I have them all ready to go on the royal archetypes and geared up. But hopefully these four are enough for us here. All right, and once you're prepared, let's go forth. What is this? I've never felt a Magla aura so intense. The dragons from the Tower Trials didn't hold a candle to this.
Ready?
In all seriousness, there's something really, really, really powerful on the other side of this door. Are you sure we're ready? Yeah, we're ready. Too right. Didn't come all this way just to turn tail, yeah? We go in, we take out whatever's there, and we put this trial to bed for good. You couldn't have said it better myself, Basilio. Let's go.
This is the place.
Judging by the flow of Magla here, I imagine this is the place where the trial awaits.
Why?
Why? Why'd you come? I warned you to stay away. Well, it's all part of the trial. As far as we're concerned, it's just another part of the trial.
Oh,
You did warn us, and I believe what you when you say it's dangerous. All the more reason we couldn't abandon you. You throw your lives away for the sake of a stranger?
No.
You're not a stranger.
yes.
We offer a helping hand to anyone in need. That's what this lad's been saying ever since the day we met. And it's gotten us into trouble, let me tell you. But really, people put their burdens on him because he's the kind of person you can believe in. So it is thee who have conquered the trial of the dragon. Heroes.
No.
A wave of Magla. No, it's going to materialize. Heroes of this world, I bid thee welcome. Thou hast come seeking a forbidden power that would be thy legacy. For thou who seekest power, I bestow upon thee death. That is the forbidden power I must grant.
Huh?
What? It looks just like Will. What is this thing? One could say that this is the true dragon. It takes the form of a person. A captain at that.
Damn it.
Death. We've come this far. Defeat 3 bloody dragons, and he wants us to offer death! Sorry, this is beyond anything I could have imagined. Sealed here is the most powerful of dragons. One who served the heroes of Eld. These heroes would go on to become the progenitor sovereigns of the 3 kingdoms. It was originally a power of destruction, brought forth for the War of Destruction. This trial was supposed to gauge if you were the rightful inheritor.
No.
This
That's
is not the guardian I
how
once
it
knew.
went down.
It's changed beyond all recognition, and I had no idea. Nay, I am as constant as I am eternal. Dragons are naught but the embodiment of threats beyond thy control. And the greatest threat that mortals of this age face is no longer the rage of nature. It is the tumult of emotion born from within that torrents into the world as fitted miasma. The hope that another, some hero, shalt be thy savior. I am thy strife personified.
What?
Tumult of emotion. You mean it is our fear and desire to be saved from it that will be our end. And you are that embodiment. That is why you take the form of the hero. Man can no longer manage the anxiety that accompanies all magic. The hero who attempts to bring that to heel will only become destroyer again. That's not true. On what grounds dost thou object? Very well. Come, vanquish the tainted stream thy existence hath birthed.
Why?
It's no good. I can't reason with it.
I mean,
Then hang back. We'll beat the reason into him.
How about you?
I believe I finally understand why these trials tasked us with the slaying of dragons.
hey,
We'll prove we're stronger. Anything less is not even a choice. Right, Your Highness? We'll complete this trial.
don't worry.
Good. Then allow me to lead the way.
Get ready.
Here it comes. Brace yourselves.
They look just like us. Well, we're not losing to fakes.
And this is Elegy of the Soul. Some people would consider this to be the first super boss you can come across. I partially object, however, it does follow rules of traditional Atlas super bosses, with all of its strict rules and whatnot. The Elegy of the Soul, well, I won't spoil too much, as this guy does have a lot of tricks up his sleeve. I will mention that in his form as he is right now, he has all normal affinities, so you can hit him with whatever you want right now. However, we're going to utilize Formation of Vigor, as I want to mention that this boss surprisingly, compared to a lot of the other enemies we fought so far, doesn't really focus on debuffing your party. So you really could just sit here and boost your entire team without much need for worry. Now with Yufa here, we have access to some of our extra abilities. I kind of want to do summon... well, we could do summon Dragon God, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass turn with her and go over to Will. That way we can take advantage of Hero's Cry to get more actions. I want to get over to Haizume's turn and grab Knight's Proclamation. This will allow us to dodge tank his, the Elegy of the Soul stuff, as he does have quite a few actions, things that can get a little out of hand for sure. With this, with Juna's turn, we are going to take advantage of Evil Eye Talismans to debuff the Elegy of the Soul. Then with Yufa, we are going to utilize Summon Fury to decrease their attack and defense again. Here we go! Let's go, Shiva! Oh no, a miss! Are you kidding? No! Okay, well, the LG is going for the Seeker archetype and is going to utilize Adventurous Curiosity, which will increase his critical hit rate, and Heat Riser, essentially canceling out the debuffs that we had. And going for Heat Riser again to go into the positives, and going for Emerald Vortex, which will just hit us regardless of our affinities. But thankfully, we got a dodge in there. The Elegy of the Soul, especially during its Seeker form, will prioritize Heat Risering itself until it's in the positives, so applying debuffs will be your best friend. But as you can see, the Elegy of the Soul will swap its affinities and its attacks based on the archetype it's channeling. As it is right now, it is the Seeker lineage, which essentially means it's weak to fire, and don't use wind attacks against it. So if you want to, you can bring in a magic user and try to fight fire with fire. Literally, we could use Fire Art to do a lot of damage to it. But in this case, I think it'd be best if we use Royal Sword to just do a lot of damage to the Elegy. This will do about 2,800 damage, not bad. I will go ahead and mention this fight is on a timer. You will only have a certain amount of turns in order to actually defeat this boss. So it's best to just try your best to get as many actions in on him as you can. Yufa here is going to prioritize debuffing him with Evil Eye Talisman to force more Heat Risers. Every single turn, he will swap to a new archetype, this time the Warrior archetype. Going for Concentrate, and he's gonna try and hit us pretty hard. Will's in the front, so this could be a problem, but hopefully we get a dodge here. There's Unwavering Blade. Wind Blade, can we dodge it? No, we don't. And we take a lot of damage for this. Thunder Blade's going to AoE, and it takes down Juna. We're probably gonna need to swap her out. Unfortunately, we have a lot of buffs on this guy, so what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to get her up as soon as possible. Let's use a Balm of Life to get Juna up. With Haizume, since we're dealing with a lot of AoE moves, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to swap Yufa out for... we could go for Basilio. I'm trying to remember what he'll go for next. I think Stroll is probably the better play here. He is the Utilitarian's Manual, so I think it's best if we go for Stroll. With Juna, I think it's best if we do Takaza to remove all buffs on the enemy. Stroll is then just gonna try and top everyone off. That way we can just try to get everyone's health back up. We can worry about getting off buffs next time. He's gonna swap archetypes as well here. I believe he is going to go to the Knights. And then he's gonna do Knight's Defense, which will increase his defense. And then he's gonna go to Blackguard's Hammer, which now makes him weak to dark. Crusader's Hammer on Haizume, dodge? Yeah! All right, good job. Okay, we need to get this fight back under control for us. Let's utilize Hero's Proving to boost our attack power. Haizume, I would love to use Formation of Vigor, but I feel like I'd be in immediate danger. So what I'm gonna do is pass turn to Juna, and we're gonna use Takaja. And then with Stroll, we're gonna do Concentrate in order to give him his attack boost. And then with Will, we don't have, I think we have our Concentrate, do we? Let's see here. We do. Do I want to put Will in immediate danger? I think I will. Let's go ahead and use Royal Sword, maybe get a crit. Nah, I didn't get a crit, that's unfortunate. Critical rate return to normal, he's going to the Thief archetype. This is unfortunate, Stroll's in immediate danger because the Thief will have access to Agitator's Art. Rage is annoying. Hazy Moonlight Blade, dodge it please! There we go. Okay.
Someone heal him fast!
Obviously, Heismay is not doing great for us. We might have to restart this, but I'm gonna try and see if I can't recover this. Masquerade Charge. If a good critical hit from Will should realistically give me a good attack here. Unfortunately, with the Enrage, we have to worry about the block. Mass Dancer Archetype. Going to Crimson Flame. Please dodge, Heismay. Okay, we got a block and we got a dodge. Perfect. There goes all of his moves. The Rage is still a problem, though.
Can anyone get out of here?
How do we deal with this?
Time for some close combat.
I would love a Formation of Vigor, but I think we go for Royal Sword and hope for a crit. Didn't get a crit. That's unfortunate.
Done, face your punishment.
Unfortunately, Heismay is still not recovering from this. I might just need to swap him out and just go for crazy moves. Masquerade Charge. I'm not too worried about my health right now. Stroll. Let's go for a Peerless Stone Cleaver, and hopefully we just trigger a good hit. Okay, 5k is not bad, though. Summoner Archetype. If people go down here, it's not the end of the world. Summon Dragon Guard is going to do a lot of damage, though. We got a block, which isn't great because I would have liked a dodge. Summon Deity is going to do a lot of light damage. All right, well, it's kind of a 1v1 right now, isn't it? All right.
Like this?
I'll get some distance.
I think our best play is to get Heismay up and hope for dodge tanking.
Pay this favor tenfold.
Berserker Archetype. This could be a problem. Warcry is a little annoying. Charge. Rampage Slash. Dodge. Oof. We are going to be going into another charge round here, though, so we have to worry about that. Hey, Victory Foresight. Okay.
Like this?
So, the way that we're going to have to handle this, though, is let's do a Bomb of Life for Juna, I believe. Let's use a Bomb of Life on Juna.
Time for my grand comeback!
Now, Juna is up. We still have to worry about the Concentrate, and also there is a Physical Repel on the guy, which is very, very annoying.
This is
But what we can do... Masquerade Charge is okay.
I think not.
I feel like getting Stroll up is a bad play, because he's on Berserker, which means he's probably going to... He's going to be going... I know what archetype he's going to be going to next, and it's a problem. It's a big problem.
Show you.
So I think what we might do is play fully defensive. Let's use a Bomb of Life to get Stroll up. We're gonna put him into the back row, and we're gonna start using some of our items to increase our survivability, because it's gonna suck. So Amber Shoe could be decent. I think what we need to do, we obviously need to get Will a lot of extra health. We have items that can cleanse that. I think the best play that I can make is to utilize an Almighty Golden Sue to try to cancel out some of the debuffs we've gotten on our party and to give AoE buffs, and then utilizing Will's turn to just top off his HP because, yeah, he's definitely not looking great. I believe I do have a max health heal somewhere. It fully restores HP to all allies is not something I need. I think I have it. Fully restores HP for all allies. We'll just use the holistic. No, I don't need to do that. 400 HP should be okay, hopefully. No, let's just do the holistic. I need that extra 600 HP, probably.
Helpful as ever.
And then we'll try to go on the offensive next time. This is the Prince archetype. And he's going to utilize Heroes Proving. Wonderful. Heroic Slash, which is going to do quite a bit of damage. Radiance, which is light. Hopefully we just get a good dodge. We will have a resist at least. There we go, there's a good dodge. And with this, we have seen every single one of the Elegy of Souls attacks. At this point in time, well, not attacks, we've seen every single stance. At this point in time, we're gonna swap Juna out for Basilio.
Okay, I'll take care of this.
Because Basilio has access to Deadly Eraser, which will remove status, repel, and strength buff effects. We need this. And no, don't miss! We needed that, Basilio! My entire strategy for this encounter was I wanted to showcase all of the different stances of the Elegy and try to survive long enough, and then just Deadly Eraser and beat the crap out of him. But Basilio, I needed you for that action, my guy! I needed you to work! Come on, man! Oh, and my controller didn't. Even the controller has given up here. Alright, well, we kind of need this guy, so let's just use a revival medicine. Unfortunately, he has so many. So many buffs on him right now. Maybe swapping out Juno was not the best move.
Not now.
What's the turn order looking like? Next is going to be Basilio, followed by Stroll. What can I do that can work in this way? Okay, I have an idea. What I'll do is we will swap Stroll out for Juna.
Leave it to me.
I'm gonna back up with Basilio and utilize... Where is it? I will utilize a holistic whitefish platter. Just heal everyone up. And then with Juna, we are going to utilize Dekaza to remove all those buff effects. Outside of, well, the shield. Warrior archetype is going to be annoying, but he's going to spend most of his time concentrating and buffing. Maybe we can remove one of these effects, but we'll see what happens. Hit rate and evasion is going to be annoying, though. The weakness hit is going to be... I was hoping for a dodge. Come on, Heisme! I said you could dodge shit! You're making me a liar out here, man! Come on! Come on! Okay. Well, now that you've seen all of these moves, let's go ahead and go back to the beginning of the encounter.
I'll figure something out.
Oh, we got Victory Foresight. That's neat. So, in the beginning of the encounter, we can see that his attack, all of his affinities are neutral. The way that we want to do this encounter, I'm not built in my initial party to beat the crap out of this guy immediately. But what we can do is utilize a Masquerade Charge and just try to beat him as much as we can initially.
If we all work together.
With Yufa, we are going to take advantage of maybe doing some decent damage. We could inflict a Frostbite, it could be decent. I think what we're gonna do is actually swap her out for... instead of Yufa, we will move her over to Basilio.
I'll take care of this.
With Will, we are going to go back into the row here and utilize Hero's Proving. We are not going to use Hero's Cry just yet. With Heisme, what we are going to do is spend a lot of our time throwing... Where are they? Evil Eye Talismans. We want to use an Evil Eye Talisman here.
Don't underestimate.
We want to use an Evil Eye Talisman here as well. And with Basilio, we want to do another Evil Eye Talisman. If we do this, on his first turn, he's going to swap to the Seeker. He's going to use Adventurous Curiosity, and then he's going to spend all of his actions just trying to cancel out the Evil Eye Talismans. 1 Heat Riser, 2 Heat Risers, 3 Heat Risers. He is now back at neutral, with just extra crit rate, essentially. Now, with this applied, we can now go in with Will and hopefully do some decent damage with Royal Sword. 3,000 damage isn't bad. With Heisme, what we're going to do is we're going to do another Evil Eye Talisman. Juna is going to do Masquerade Charge. And then Basilio is going to have to start triggering a Wanton Destruction. I'm just going to do that from the back row to try and avoid any extra unnecessary damage. Got a crit, which is pretty good. And with Will... Let's do another Evil Eye Talisman. I know I could do another hit here, but I'm just gonna do another Evil Eye Talisman to ensure that his stats are lower. He's gonna go to the Warrior archetype and begin doing Concentrate and Unwavering Blade. Unwavering Blade is the annoying part here. Now we go for Rising Slash. Hopefully we get a dodge. We got a dodge. Perfect. That's all we need. Now with Heisme, he is once again going to be throwing out Evil Eye Talismans. With Juna, we don't need to worry too much about actual damage, but unfortunately, Basilio does not have his charge, so we do need to use Masquerade Charge in order to get his Wanton Destruction to do a lot of extra crazy damage. Off we go. We now do Wanton Destruction. We could do Systematic Destruction to do a little bit more damage, but Wanton Destruction should be plenty. 6,000 damage. Will comes in here, does Royal Sword. 5,000 damage. Now, we have Knight next. Knight could be a problem. I think what I'm gonna do is do Formation of Vigor and be... I like the attack boosts. Unfortunately, we are gonna lose our attack boost on Will, and I have to use Hero's Proving again. Let's do Formation of Vigor. I'm just going to gamble on the fact that I will just dodge tank everything. Knight Archetype. We are going to get Knight's Defense, which will increase his defense, which is very annoying. We're gonna get Shield Arts. I did not get that dodge. Hammer of Justice. Now weak to Pierce, which is not the biggest deal. Blacker Timer, also not too big of a deal. Vince is returned to normal, which is unfortunate. Now, thankfully, he doesn't have any debuffs for us. With Juna active, we need to utilize Masquerade Charge to get our Concentrate. Next with Basilio, we definitely can take advantage of Wanton Destruction because he's already still weak to it. Will can do Royal Sword, dealing 3,600 damage. From here, we pass turn, do an Evil Eye Talisman, swap over to Basilio, Wanton Destruction again, and with Will, we finish this off with Royal Sword.
I'll lend a hand myself.
Let's do this!
Yeah! What a chaotic fight.
Right? They have to be. Right?
What a chaotic fight. I really, really like this encounter because there's just a lot of moving parts and it takes advantage of the archetype lineages you've been leveling up so far. So if you know their strengths and weaknesses, you can account for that. Very, very good encounter. Unfortunately, is very abusable. You can beat the crap out of this guy, no problem. But I wanted to show off how it would feel normally. And of course, we got a Radiant Crystal and a lot of mag. And we also obtained level 70. Let's just put this into Strength.
Excellent.
Basilio, I need you to get more agility, please. And thank you.
Incredible.
Incredible. You truly did defeat that dragon. From the shadow that lurks in the hearts of heroes bursts forth a power so bright. Mine own was eclipsed.
Hey,
I confess, something you said struck a chord with me. You called emotion the world's greatest threat, and blamed heroes for magnifying it. I can almost believe it. The old world's destruction is evidence enough.
But
And yet you have no excuse for people to forsake their autonomy. Fear and anxiety are both part of life. None would argue that. Still, to change the world demands time beyond all reason.
yeah.
True. Even if we were to beat Luis tomorrow, the hearts and minds of the people are not so easily conquered. All the more reason we have to do it. A person who has faith in tomorrow, who is willing to lead by example. That's what heroes are made of. The true enemy is the mind that refuses to see the abstract complexities of the world around them.
But
And yet, that is why we strive to push ever forward. Should you manifest again, regardless of what form you take, we shall be there to put it to the sword. I see. So thou shalt march forward towards fantasy, destination unknown. So be it. Blaze thy path to an age you have placed your faith in. And for now, let us part ways, O worthy heroes. Well, that was that, I must say. I've about had it with dragons. You know what I just remembered? There was supposed to be a divine relic that controlled that guy sealed away here too. But the magic required to maintain the seals for the trial of the dragon was already an enormous strain, so we couldn't do that. The heroes combined the power of their legendary weapons into a magla crystal to forge a staff that could transcend them all. They called it the Merciful King's Scepter, and the king held it before all the land. You cannot mean the Royal Scepter. Maybe. It was entrusted to the first king of Uchronia, and so he called the all-powerful magic flowing from it the Royal Magic.
what?
You speak truly.
hey,
I know you said you lived longer than the kingdom itself, but did you really know the first king of Uchronia? Back then, I was a lot like you, Gallica. He would become the king, and I was his guide, his friend. He named me protector of his land and legacy, but so much has happened since then. Too much. I'm weary. I think my time is long past due.
impressive.
Thou hast subdued the final dragon. Pursuant to the covenant of the progenitor king, here shall I bestow upon thee the power deemed forbidden. The magla of the sealed dragon, counterpart to the royal scepter, and the whole of the magla that dwells within mine own body shall be imbued into thy beloved soul. That this eternal land, Uchronia, may once more be blessed by the brilliance of the hero king. With this, we obtained Dragon's Legacy. Wait, by the whole of your Magla, you mean the land grows verdant and the people prosper. I have found you, O heroes, worthy of the legacy that was entrusted to me. I mean, what else could I hope to achieve? I think I've earned this. You needn't look so lonely, Gallica. Will stands by your side. For a fairy to speak with the warmth and plenty of a person as you do is proof that you're an invaluable friend to me. And I have a friend I'd very much like to see again, too. They call him Merciful. True enough, but he was also naive, too soft, and too giving for his own good. And oh, how I've missed him. Will, from here, the future of this world is clay in your hands to build or destroy. Regardless of the outcome, dost thou swear to realize the ideals in thy heart, to ensure they do not remain ephemeral fantasy, but manifest into reality?
Of course.
Swear it. Full glad am I of your unwavering resolve. But for real, I'm glad we met.
You have my thanks.
Thanks, kid. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined we'd consort with someone who knew the first king, much less inherit their power.
However,
And yet, to accept such a fate is the mark of true royalty. The voice echoes in my head.
wonderful.
Thy display of grace and gallantry as you battled your shadow was magnificent. Thou art ready to vanquish the forces of destruction.
Now go.
Go then, to become a true king, as a traveler, fearlessly chasing the unknown.
We should go.
Let's get going, Will. Now that you've come this far, there's nothing you can't face. The Arbiter of Power was defeated, and I overcame all of the trials. With this power at my command, I should be able to defeat Luis. Ooh, well, that's a lot to take in. And with this, we obtain the Dragon's Legacy. 430 attack power, normal attacks become almighty, and will give all stats +5. This is also only for Will. This is my favorite weapon in the entire game. It's our Mother's Sword, enchanted with Dragon's Magla and the wisdom of heroes. This is my favorite sword in the entire game, both design and weapon-wise. It is not the strongest sword in the game, stat-wise, but it is easily my favorite, and it will be coming with us for the rest of our journey. Now, with this being said, we have access to the Dragon Temple here. You can go ahead and go inside if you want to farm some more resources. But for me, this is where we're going to call it for today. Next time on Metaphor Fantazio, we will begin the process of wrapping up every little thing left to see before we venture to the Tyrant Star. So, with that said, see you soon.